If you find yourself getting kinda bored, then go over there and join the Discord. Snizzy LPs where we play games all day, and you know I got the Twitch, so you better sub today. Or don't. I really don't give a.
What is the word, my good people? It's your guy, Snizzy Speed. Yes, indeed. Yes, back from hiatus. I know. Today, we're diving into Sonic Racing Crossworls. SEGA coming in hot with a brand new racer, and after playing a beta, I can honestly say this game surprised me. But not just me, a lot of players. So let's get into why this might be the biggest step forward for Sonic Racing ever. Jumping into the playtest beta last week, I wasn't really sure what to expect. Sonic racing games always had the potential, but they never fully hit the mark with the fan base. Team Sonic Racing, it had ideas, but online was weak and the replay value wasn't really there. But the vibe this time around, definitely different. The general consensus for the game was overwhelmingly positive with a bunch of good reviews from all across the board, even the casuals. People were genuinely excited, and being one of the people who've literally been playing the Sonic Racer since Sonic Drift is like, you know, that's not normal for Sonic Racers. And it's a sign that SEGA might have finally cracked the code. The moment I finished my first race, I could already tell the handling felt smoother and more responsive than previous Sonic Racers. Characters didn't really feel like they were glued to the track. You know, drifting actually felt rewarding instead of clunky and all like over the place. Even the small things like the item balancing, it didn't really feel bad, you know, it was okay, to the point where like nothing seemed too overpowered. The first impressions that I took away from the game was enough to keep me coming back for more races, race after race, without feeling burned out at all. Maybe a little frustrated, but I was never burned out. I was really enjoying my time. It don't seem like I'm the only person who enjoyed the time that they spent playing this game. Definitely a good thing. Now let's be honest, we can't really talk about a new kart racer without mentioning Mario Kart. Nintendo's latest Mario Kart, it looks good visually, but after the update, fans weren't really feeling it. Meanwhile, Sonic Racing Crossworld is coming in with this fresh and polished personality. I'm not saying it's gonna replace Mario Kart, cause that series is a juggernaut, but I am saying Mario Kart finally has some competition again. Sonic is not just tagging along no more. SEGA is taking shots, bro.
We all know that kart racing game. It's great. We don't need to show it to you. But what if you can blast through and race on a whole nother level? Or what if you want to roam around on the open road?
And the thing is, Mario Kart has kind of been relying on nostalgia for years now, and I know that's a lot coming from a Sonic fan, but same formula, same tracks being recycled, same safe updates. Crossworld doesn't feel safe as usual. You know, Sonic has always played it safe. Crossworld doesn't feel like it's just trying to copy Mario Kart. It feels like SEGA is building its own lane. That's important, because if this game keeps evolving with events, crossovers, and updates, it might not replace Mario Kart, but it could definitely sit right next to it and go up against it as an alternative. Sonic fans finally have a chance. Competition always brings out the best in games, so honestly, I think it could be a win-win on both sides. The polish in this game is insane. Everything felt connected, almost Fortnite-like in its presentation. You've got a clean invite system, full lobby support, and you can see friends, characters, cars, and hoverboards in real time. I think that's so dope. 4-player lobbies weren't just functional, they felt fun. And the Persona Joker event, fire. The vibrant colors, the theme, the energy, it made the whole game feel alive. It reminded me of Team Sonic Racing's teamwork style as far as like gameplay go when you're actually playing the event, but with way more polish and excitement. What really shocked me though was how smooth the menu's transitions were. No lag, no endless waiting. The beta test definitely crashed maybe once or twice. I was getting back in the game, like opening up the game and getting back into a race within like minutes. Like it was actually insane. Like I feel like I wait longer for Fortnite lobbies than I was for that. It felt like SEGA actually cared about the user's experience, which is always a positive thing. Even the small animations in the lobby made it feel alive, not just like you're stuck waiting.
Yes! Let's go!
And if SEGA plans to keep dropping seasonal events like the Joker one, this game has a lot of potential to stay fresh for years instead of burning out after lunch. So if y'all see me on the racetrack swerving and spinning next to y'all, don't be mad, okay? Because I'm gonna be on this for the long run. All right, so let's talk about the important stuff, the juice, thing we want to hear, the stuff we want to know, the roster. The roster in Crossworld already feels stacked compared to Team Sonic Racing, and every character actually plays a little different with unique stats. On top of that, the vehicles got their own stats too, and you can modify them with mods. Want to fine tune your car to speed, boost your handling, go wild with creative builds? The freedom is in your hands. It's actually insane how much freedom you have and how many different playstyles there actually are based off the amount of customization that you have. Never did I think in my life I would see the day where I'm playing a Sonic Fortnite-esque racing game with hoverboards, cars, boats, planes, a whole bunch of Sonic levels, and on top of that, a really good Crossworld mechanic. It's on every platform and cross-platform at that. Bro, what? And visually, it's brighter, more colorful, and way more stylish than Team Sonic Racing. This game just feels alive in a way that the last one didn't. And I love that most of the customization didn't feel cosmetic. It actually impacts gameplay. You can really build the car around your playstyle instead of being stuck in whatever default stats the character had. For example, if you love playing with a heavy hitter like Knuckles, you can tweak his vehicle to handling to make sharper turns and be a heavy hitter and knock people out of your way. Or if you're running with a speedster like Sonic, you can sacrifice a little top speed for better acceleration. That level of depth is rare in any type of arcade racer, and it shows SEGA wanted to be more than just a simple party game. Now, let's talk music, because Sonic games always deliver here. Crossworlds give us remixes of classic tracks, and I know some fans are divided, but personally, I thought that slapped, bro. What are you saying? They carry that Sonic energy we all know and love. And the exciting part, it looks like we'll have the option to change the background tracks in the stages that we want. That's a dream feature for music lovers. Imagine customizing your vibe to every race. I think I did see a post on that. Somebody let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. And that's not even to mention the options menu. Yo, it's deep. We talking dynamic camera controls, button remapping, detailed sound settings. It honestly reminded me of Sonic Frontiers and how much freedom it gave players. That's why I keep calling Sonic Racing Crossworlds a racing RPG. It really feels like I'm playing a racing game with RPG elements that you can tweak anything to your personal liking. It kind of gets even more chaotic when you add in the item system on top of you having to be skilled and just know how to play the game, but sometimes that don't even matter because you still got the chaoticness of the items. It just, I don't know, it just always make you feel like you gotta come back. The replay value is insane, and even when you pick a Grand Prix or a certain track, you never know what maps you're still gonna see at the end of the day, because halfway through you cross worlds. There's so much replay value to that. On top of all that, the sound design feels layered. Engines roar differently depending on the car you build. Item effects have punchy audio cues, and even environmental sounds pop depending on the track. The music isn't just background noise. It's integrated into the gameplay to keep your adrenaline up. And I think that's so peak, bro. Like, bros and broettes, like that is so peak. And when you combine that with the player freedom and the options, it makes the game feel tailored to you, not just some one-size-fits-all racer. Now, the multiplayer experience is where Crossworld flexes the hardest, in my opinion. Team Sonic Racing had online so bad, it was almost unplayable. Couldn't find matches, couldn't invite friends properly, it was dead on arrival, basically. Crossworlds flipped that on its head. The lobby system works, it feels social, and it's actually fun just to be in a lobby seeing everyone's setups before the race. It feels like Fortnite style energy, but in a racing game. Honestly, Mario Kart's matchmaking looks outdated compared to this, and I I know maybe that's a hot take, and maybe I may be Sonic fanning out, but in all honesty, I do feel like this is a big step up. I can't stress how big of a leap this is for Sonic Races. You're not just clicking start and waiting. You're interacting with your squad, checking out the builds, you're emoting and building up the hype before the match. Even after races, the results screen felt engaging instead of just next, you know? Honestly, if Sega anyway. Honestly, if Sega keeps supporting this with events, this could finally be the first Sonic Racer with lasting multiplayer longevity. Sonic Riders fans, you're satisfied. Sonic Car Racer fans, you're satisfied. Sonic Drift fans, y'all better be satisfied. Visually, the game pops. Levels shine with sparkles, glitters, reflections. Sega really flexing the budget here. Character models are detailed, and not while quite on the level of Shadow Generations tier, they're still impressive. Even with the little touches like Sonic's quills moving in motion with the wind and stuff, that level of detail just makes or breaks it for me, honestly. And I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that. And honestly, it looked just as good as it does online as it do in the solo mode. Nothing changes. It doesn't drop in frames or quality. They don't take out certain assets. It looks exactly the same. And you're cross-platform. Amazing. And speaking of the solo mode, that's what impressed me the most too. They added a rival system where you're not just racing the pack, you're locked in against a specific rival who's tougher than the rest of them. And if you raise that difficulty, it raises the whole race's challenge. That adds stakes. It makes every race feel personal because some of them characters be having some really personal, ruthless things to say. Like if don't nobody mention Maria to Shadow, I'm actually gonna be shocked. What's cool is that the rivals isn't just some random CPU either. They're programmed to feel aggressive and strategic, almost like you're going head to head against another player. That kept me on the edge the whole offline Grand Prix mode. It actually is a dope system because honestly, I knew the rivals wasn't gonna let me cruise by in first place. It was actually challenging at times. And by scaling a whole race's challenge with the rivals difficulty, Sega basically forced you to grow as a racer if you want to win. I love it. The best part about the rival system to me is the fact that we get to see characters interact, and I'm pretty sure it's cool for most people. But I've always been a fan of that type of stuff, especially playing a lot of Sonic fan games, especially one like Sonic Smackdown where the characters have a little dialogue at the end of the fights. I honestly really do like the fact that I get to see these characters talking to each other. I want to pair people together like Cream and Sage, Amy and Miku. I don't know, and I heard that they're not gonna be talking, but I did see a clip and Miku was talking, so I don't know. Somebody let me know. Maybe it's some of them, maybe it's all of them. We don't know, y'all. The game ain't came out. We don't know. They could surprise us because this definitely did to me. And the crazy part is this ain't even the full release, and it felt so like put together. We were getting a whole entire event inside of a demo, like a weekend demo that we got access to. Sega then brought the budget to the forefront of the conversation and slapped the Sega CEOs in the face and told them, put all this movie money to this racer game and we finna do our thing. And honestly, I'm not mad about it, I swear. I really enjoyed the game, but everything wasn't really as peachy and as creamy as it sounds like. The crashing was really genuinely a problem for me, and not only me, it was a problem for some of my other friends. Also, the cancel button in the matchmaking did not work, like I want to say 100% of the time. So there was maybe one time when I backed out when I was by myself, but if I had somebody in the lobby with me, that button was not working. I don't care how many times I pressed my thumb through my controller, it was not working. I don't know if anybody else was feeling this, but I do feel like at certain times everybody can be really close together, and for long periods of times too. It kind of seemed like everybody moved together in a pack. I don't know if rubber banding gets implemented, but it doesn't seem like a setting you can take off. Not from what I done seen. If you don't know what rubber banding is whenever somebody's really far in first place, if somebody gets really far behind, it'll slow the person down in first and maybe speed up the person in last, or give them like way better items, which we all know is the case. Like you get last place, you're gonna get better items. I don't know, it just seems like everybody is just always close together, so nobody can ever really get separated. Obviously the last lap is supposed to be chaotic, but maybe dial back the fact that you can drop your items from so much, because the fact that the green slime was making me drop my item was blowing me, bro. It was blowing me, I swear. I just couldn't understand that. And that's not the only item. It was a few items that make you drop your items. Just when you think you about to use this or be strategic with that, here come a black chow baby coming to steal your stuff. You know, it was a win-win half the time because he steal your stuff, but then he bring you somebody else stuff. So it's just a random chance. I ain't too mad at that, but it's too many things that can go wrong with the items in your hand, and I don't like that. It need to be like 1 or 2 items. I didn't really think about this until I seen somebody talk about it recently, but the gadget mod system, whatever it's called, I don't really have a problem with it. I kind of see what people saying when they say you can't see everything on it, so it's hard to pick, or you got to scroll through all this stuff. Maybe they could add like a zoom in or zoom out feature or something, because that would definitely be useful. But honestly, even with all that being said, I think this is gonna be the best Sonic Racer game ever. I honestly do. And it's only gonna get better because they're obviously gonna keep updating the game and keep getting us DLC. We're gonna get more maps, more boards, more characters, more cars, more decals, more customization in general. So yeah, I'm sold. Take my money. The demo is coming on Wednesday, so we all get to play it again. Unfortunately for me, I have to work Wednesday, so when the game drop, I won't be able to get it unless it drop like in the AM. Somebody tell me, I can't remember. I don't know if it's AM or PM, but if it's PM, I'm gonna be at work. So yeah, Sonic Racing Crossworld basically blew me up. The polish, the music, the customization, the online, everything feel like SEGA finally put the right resources into making a real competitor. The demo is right around the corner, and trust me, you're gonna want to try it. But I want to know what you all think. Are you excited for Crossworlds? I'm pretty sure you are. Which characters do y'all want to see make it on the roster? And what kind of builds do y'all run? Or what kind of builds did y'all make if you played the beta test? Which I hope y'all did, because everybody had access. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash the like button, and subscribe if you're rocking with me and my thoughts on Sonic Racing Crossworld, and if y'all had the same feeling that I did. I have been your guy, Snizzy Speed, yes indeed, and I will catch you all in the next one. See you all later.